Welcome Clashers from far and wide, and thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me as we are going to explore a strategy that is so crazy it just might work. It's Elixir Pump Madness in Clash Royale. So as we get into the replays, I will put an Elixir card up on the screen. That is a level 5 Elixir card, but it produces Elixir just as fast no matter what level the card is. But it's a very risky play. It costs 5 Elixir and only regains you 7 if it lasts the entire 70-second life. So unfortunately, if it gets zapped, lightninged, fireballed, or just taken down, you are going to come out behind in the Elixir. But if you can get it to last, it gives you an Elixir advantage late in the game, and that can definitely make a difference. In these battles, I'm just going crazy. I will be dropping Elixir collectors like Skrillex drops beats. Well, you get the point. I'll be throwing them all over the place, even when maybe it's not such a good idea. Just going crazy, seeing how much Elixir I can collect and see if I can stop a giant P.E.K.K.A. closing in on my tower. The fireball slows him down. He is going to get a couple of shots in. The late freeze spell and the P.E.K.K.A. goes down, and the tower is still up, and the Elixir collector is working. What's next? Wizard Barbarian? No, of course, it's another Elixir collector, this time off to the far right. Don't want to get them next to each other. And sure enough, lightning on my far right Elixir collector, and it's badly damaged. But the opponent did have to use 6 Elixir to lightning my Elixir collector. So I'm dropping my barbarians. I've got 2 collectors working, grabbing a little extra for me. He drops an X-Bow on defense. I drop an X-Bow on offense, and it goes right to work on his right tower, as do the barbarians. I've got the tombstone down just to try to distract, but it looks like that tower is history, and I go ahead 1 crown to 0. Fireball takes down the minions, and now that X-Bow is just for decoration, just to slow down that minion, has absolutely no use anymore, and we are resetting, but I'm ahead 1 crown to 0. And with a minute left and you're ahead 1 crown to 0 and the X-Bow is not to fear, why not? Of course, drop another Elixir collector. So far right corner, now he's got a prince coming from the back of the screen. This is a long distance dedication, and these archers are going to go out to meet him. And so is this X-Bow. X-Bow grabs the attention of the balloon. Tombstone goes down. He drops a free spell just a little too late. The X-Bow gets a few shots off on the tower before the balloon takes it down. He's got an X-Bow of his own, but I've got a fireball perfectly timed. That was just coincidence. I grabbed his minions, but it looks like, yes, he's gotten my tower down. But yes, it's time for more Elixir collectors. Let's do it. Let's drop another one in the corner, safe away from the X-Bow and pretty much away from anything else. But we've got to fear the big P.E.K.K.A. coming from the right lane. So I dropped down a defensive X-Bow this time, and my Elixir collector's working hard. The balloon goes down, but I freeze it, and that should give me enough time to get that balloon out of the way. While in the meantime, I work on trying to slow down the approaching P.E.K.K.A. that has now been joined by a wizard, and there's an X-Bow up there, but I've got another Elixir collector. Let's do it. Elixir collector madness. I'm telling you, going crazy with Elixir right now. He is moving in. X-Bows fighting each other, minions down. The battle finally clears out, and the P.E.K.K.A. goes down. The free spell doesn't work out. I've got another defensive X-Bow. We are in sudden death, and my right tower down to about 500 hit points. So yes, it's time for, you guessed it, another Elixir collector. I've got 3 up, and we're into the last 30 seconds. I've got barbarians followed by a wizard on the left. He's got the prince and a balloon on the right. They're charging that left lane. He is coming at me, but I've got a freeze spell ready for him. The freeze down, the barbarians in, and that does it. We just barely squeeze out the win, 2 crowns to 1 with a little Elixir pump madness. So next battle, this time it's level 9 versus level 9. Trainer Galadon versus R-Dubs, who is apparently a crazy Canadian. But that's okay, I'm a crazy Elixir collector kind of guy, and I'm going to start dropping these things all over the place. Bottom right, that is my first deployment, Elixir collector going to work, but apparently R-Dubs not so happy with it, hits me with lightning right away, and that definitely gets my goat. I am after this guy, and I'm going to do it with the Dirty X-Bow. So yes, even though it's been nerfed, it is still effective if you can get it to lock on. I don't quite get it to lock on. He's got a wizard and a hog rider, but I've got a beautiful freeze spell just in time, and those skeletons finish off the hog and the wizard, and the X-Bow is able to go to work on that tower, but it is badly damaged and won't get much damage in itself, but it gives me a bit of an advantage early in this first minute of play. Archer's on the move, trying to get that tombstone out of the way to clear the path back to that right lane. There's minions coming at me, and I don't really have an answer right now. So, yes, what do? We drop an Elixir Collector on the far left and ignore the minions. That's just a tower. It's just a crown tower. Who cares? Not like it's my king. I've got an Elixir Collector. Come on. What can possibly go wrong? So I'm down 1 crown to 0, but I am ahead 1 Elixir Collector to 0, so I really consider myself in the lead right now. I drop the Expo right smack in the middle. He hits it with lightning and finishes it off with a Hog Rider, so not good. That didn't last long. We did get that right tower down to under 1,000 though, and the skeletons are going to get that hog out of the way. We are off to another reset, but yes, I've got an Elixir Collector, and that means I am way ahead in the Elixir. Here we go, Barbarians. I'm splitting them up from that one spot where you can drop 4 of them, and 2 go left, 2 go right. And hey, another Elixir Collector is coming up, so yes, far right corner, spreading them out once again so that I can't have 2 damaged at once. I am going to start collecting more of that beautiful purple liquid. And actually, right now, working out pretty well. I'm going to get some more damage on that right tower as the wizard approaches on the left. This Expo probably absolute overkill as the tower goes down so quickly. He does counter with barbs, which does enable me not to have to worry about the left lane as much because he didn't drop the barbs over there. And here comes a fireball that is going to just perfectly grab the minions and that Hog Rider. And of course, another Elixir Collector goes down. The freeze spell again, like in the last battle, too late, does not stop the towers from taking down that hog, and that gives me another advantage. 2 elixir pumps working. We are definitely grabbing tons of elixir right now. Let's drop an Expo down once again, and it locks onto the tower. Barbarian on barbarian action on the bridge, but that Expo, aided by the fireball, is going to get some severe damage on that tower. Love this freeze spell. It stops the minions in their tracks. The Hog Rider moving in gets distracted by the tombstone. It is a big confrontation, but the Expo is still locked on as time runs out. No, I can't get the tower down, but here it comes. Elixir Collector or Fireball? Okay, fine. Fireball ends the match, and the Elixir Madness continues, winning another battle in overtime, 2 crowns to 1. So the Elixir Collector card definitely can be a strong play, but it is always risky. Maybe a little overkill in those battles, but I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Be sure to subscribe for the earliest possible update and Clash Royale release information. Check out the Clash Royale YouTuber tournament, and I hope to see all of you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, oh, you're so crazy. I bet you drink milk on the expiration date as well. Madman.